Hello, my name is DJ SlimJim, and my name's Sim or SlimJim or DJ SlimJim, and I'm a YouTuber who likes trains. That's train. I like cars. I like music and particularly trance music. But making a mess of my desk already. Out of those things, there's got to be one thing I want to pursue over everything. I like music. I like mixing, and I'm not very good at it, obviously, because I don't do it on my YouTube channel. Instead, I'm going to do something else because I'm obviously. I'd like to introduce something I've been wanting to begin for a couple of weeks now. I've wanted to do it for most of my life, as much as I can remember, really. That's just after year 6, really. But what I want to begin is a project around building a model railway. Because I love trains. I really do. I've got an entire stack of train pictures here, like trains. Rest in peace to 455s, by the way. We're gonna miss them. But I'd like to begin a model railway series on this YouTube channel. And my love of trains has fed into this and has made me want to just. I know it's like a stereotypical like grandpa hobby, but I don't mind that because if I start now, by the time I'm grandpa, I'll be a cool grandpa. Like I have a great a model railway in my garage or attic. So, so yeah. This is the first episode of this series, and I hope to post one weekly or bi-weekly, depending on how busy I am, what my schedule's looking like. Next week I'm not here. I'm in Scotland, so it's going to be hard to make a video there, but we'll see what I can do. Drop my pen. Fidgeting. So model railways. When building a model railway, you got to think a lot because there's a lot of logistics. There's a lot of thought that has to go into it. It's not something I can just do like that and be like, I'm done. One episode done. This is obviously going to be a long series, I guess. Like just a progressive sort of like each episode builds on the previous one. Yeah, I think I gotta admit when I'm rushing into things and being too hasty and getting too excited about these things because there's so much that you have to think about when you're doing a project of any kind. Like if I wanted to be a DJ, I'd have to do music theory, which I've done in the past, but it's a long time ago. I have to freshen up, I have to revise. I'd have to get used to all the controls on the app that I use on my laptop for my DJ control. I'd have to look for new music. I'd have to choose influences, choose what kind of genre I want to do because I couldn't cover every single field, right? So for this, there's so much out there in terms of model railway, but I think the safest bet, obviously, and as what I've sort of used in the past, is a 1:76 scale model railway, like trains and stuff. So 76 times smaller than the real trains. So that's double O gauge. It's the most popular. It's what my granddad has. It's what my dad has. What my brother has, and I do have a. I think I have one or two locomotives. Yeah. The themes I want to look at in terms of the model railway themes are, well, I'd like them to be interchangeable because you can make them very like year specific. So you can only have trains that would appear at a train station together at the same time. Like, say 1985, you can only have trains that appear on the same train station at 1985, and even then, they'd have to be the same train companies and the providers, whatever. And I like the idea of that. I like year specific things. So because it just makes sense and cohesion. Everything sort of fits together like a Lego set. I also love Lego. Lego's cool. But the themes are obviously interchangeable, and most specifically, I've written down, because I've done notes for this video, 1940s onwards, hopefully. So I want to take inspiration from the Great Western Railway, steam locomotives. I think that'd be cool because I grew up in South Wales, so it was one of the main providers we had. But also maybe like GBRF, because I'm a big freight traffic kind of guy. I like watching freight trains. I would say Freightliner, freight traffic, so Freightliner, GBRF, EWS, etc. DB Schenker. Just trying to name train companies now that do rail freight. Colas. Arriva is another one I want to look at, because I was obviously living in South Wales. Arriva Trains Wales had a influence on me, and I like the 150s and the Pacers. So I'd like to maybe get some trains along those lines, as well as TFW, the next in line, the predecessor, the heir of Arriva. British Railways, safe bet. British Railways, British Railways, steam locomotives, so panniers, in the lovely black livery. And then I did have to put down and any others I like the look of, because at the end of the day, it's not really the trains that matters. It's not they don't have to all match. As long as it makes you happy and cheers you up, and you're like, it's a train I like, I might as well have one for my layout. Yeah, that's the way we're going to go with it. Next is possibly what I have to think a lot about, is what I actually want to have on the model railway itself. The tangible, you got your board, you got your layout in front of you. What do you want to have included? What do you want to look at when you're using your trains? So I've written down, most importantly, given I'm a freight man, an industry. So coal, iron, slate, mining, there's natural resources. I think that's something I quite like, because I'm a geologist. So it's got to have something like environmental, like under the surface sort of connotation. So coal would be a safe bet. Yeah. So an industry would be the backbone of sort of like the economy of the surrounding area in this scenario, in this sort of like the law of the area, the LORE of the area. So I'd have a town or a village, which would have its own houses and services and amenities. It'd be connected by roads and pavements or whatever. There'd be people. There'd be little tiny people. Train stations. The town would have a train station, because if it's a model railway. I put down 2 or 3 for now, because I have no idea how big the board's going to be. Under size and dimensions, I put to be decided, because I have to look at how much space I have to build a model railway. And right now I'm in university. There's not space here, but we'll see. This is obviously a lot to think about, as I said. But there'll be several loops of track, so run multiple trains at the same time. Then have passing loops for trains with more priority or less priority, just because that's like the real thing. Have sidings and sheds and depots, so there's places so there'll be trains on the layout that will be stopped in little sidings, just to add to like realism, really. Just because one of my favorite things is going past train depots and seeing how many trains are at the depots, how busy it is. More like how not busy it is, because the more trains at the depot, the less traffic there is. And I like to have a fiddle yard, and that is not a rude thing. It's just going to be a big sort of area behind the layout, which is sort of out of the way, tucked away, where I can sort of change trains, and they have loads of sidings, loads of rows, and then train goes in. You can sort of dead the track it's on and pull out another train, which you want to use. So there's just logistics, really, in terms of that. It's not going to be pretty to look at. but it's going to mean that I won't have to like take trains off and put them on again, and they can all just be ready behind the layouts. I mentioned roads. I do want to include a dual carriageway or a single carriageway, A road, B road, whatever. I do want to include that because I just feel like, why not? Make the most of the ideas you have, and if there are too many, if I have too many ideas, I can chop and change. I can take out ones I don't like as much, or take out ones that seem too impossible. Either way, I do want to make the dual carriageway happen. I think it's a great idea. Especially with like the amount of different cars you can get. It's just, why not? Why not? You can get vans and lorries and stuff. Eddie Stobart lorries. I want to get an Eddie Stobart lorry. And then the two more things I want to include. I want to include a farm because it's another smaller industry, and I like to have the idea where there's a little market in the town, and they get fresh goods like fruits and vegetables and meat and stuff from a local farm. So it's all organically and ethically made. And then finally are Easter eggs. I know what you're thinking. Cadbury? No. I'd like to like have references to famous movies and pop culture groups, just because it'd make the layout fun and interesting and entertaining for those who maybe don't have the most keen interest on trains themselves. They can be there and be like, this is a really cool layout, and they're the Beatles. Wow. That'd be great. Have a time machine, like the TARDIS or a DeLorean parked in a car park. Just a way of being like funny, really, and creative, and using what's famous online to sort of have people relate with my layout a bit more. Obviously, this is a lot of stuff, and I'm making a really long video of just chatting about a model train layout that hasn't even been made yet. But you got to start somewhere. It's the little stone that creates an avalanche. So it's obviously going to be expensive. Costs wise, I have no idea. I haven't thought about it. I haven't done any calculations. But I think that's a bit boring for now. I want to get the idea out there and get my words, like my thoughts, onto a page, so then I can go ahead and, price things up, size up what this is going to take, and am I ready to do that? I think I am. I think I'll make a smashing model railway. Obviously I'm going to need paints and little like bushes and trees and stuff and rocks. Probably need to take a course in papier-mâché to make interesting landforms, but I think I can do that. And then I'm gonna have to do wiring. But with some of this stuff, my dad and my brother, and my other brother, my dad and my brothers, my granddad, there's a lot of experience in terms of trains and model railways. So I think I'll have the help I need to complete this. And it's a project I really want to do. So if I can get any help for it, and it's gonna really boost the model railway, I'll be happy. And otherwise, in terms of actually acquiring stuff for the model railway, track, trains, cars, buildings, decorations, anything, I do like using Vinted and eBay, because there's a lot of secondhand stuff that's quite cheap and reasonable prices, and even if the quality is the condition of the item is slightly worn or just old, it doesn't matter, because it will sort of fit in with how trains sort of age over time. And you see a train that came into service in like 1990, and it won't look the same as it did back then now. So I don't mind buying secondhand, and if I can, I think I can trust these people online who are selling them. It's going to cut costs and cut corners and make things a lot easier on my bank account. But in terms of trains I want to have, definitely a class 58. I don't know why. Just want one, maybe two, maybe three, maybe five. I'm crazy. I want to get a class 67, because 67 is obviously popular right now, and I don't have to give in to the 6.7, but I was interested in 67s before 6.7 even existed. So there we go. I've sort of a prior thing. I like 66s as well. They're cool. Yeah, 66s apparently. Otherwise, steam locomotives from Great Western Railway or British Railways, and then, freight locomotives, multiple units, rolling stock wagons, a lot, Just see where it goes, I'll probably have more ideas over time, and I won't make another ideas video because it's not necessary. I can rewatch this or look at my notes, and I'll remind myself of what I've got and what I want to do with this project, and it might spark new ideas where I'm like, ooh, I want to include this, I want to include that. I know it's quite self-explanatory, but just wanted to say it anyway, just because why not? It's my YouTube channel. I'm gonna do what I want. Yeah, that is the crux. I want to do a model railway project, and I want to achieve it. And I have no idea how long it's going to take. Probably years. If I spend years playing with model trains, I'll be bloody happy. I can get off my arse and play trains. Nothing bad about that. So yeah, I think that is about all I have to say for today for this episode. Episode numero uno. There'll probably be more episodes, and I don't know. I obviously haven't posted on this YouTube channel since the summer, because busy, lots of things going on. But I obviously wanna start producing a few more videos than I do, and maybe hopefully this series can gain traction and I can get somewhere with it. I doubt it will, but if it does, if it doesn't, I still have a model railway. So yeah, thank you ever so much for taking the time to watch to the end of this very boring video. But if you are interested in a model railway project, which you don't have to complete yourself, but you can watch the process and the journey, stick around, because I think it'll be worth it in the end. That is all I wanted to say. If you enjoy this video somehow, please give it a thumbs up, and peace. I will see you in the next video in a week, 2 weeks. I don't know. I'll just produce it when I feel like it, maybe. Right. Cheers. Subscribe if you want to. Like the video if you want to. Share it. Actually, sharing it would be the most helpful. Just to get some traction going, and then we'll see where this journey takes me. I've been doing an outro for over a minute now. What the hell? I'm a right yapper, I could talk for hours. Bye.